hosting?
I was trying to hold down the fort.
Did you like? You did great. Did you like it?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I really did. Oh,
you seem genuinely engaged
you were
in
even
people.
a part of the show. It was so weird. Anyway, no, you know, it was. I felt like I was shot out of a cannon.
Yeah.
You know, and I kind of thought, well, okay, am I more comfortable sitting here? Because I love when we talk to people together and we sort of banter. That's always been fun.
Yeah, when we have a panel and people come out. Yeah.
But then sitting there, you know, it's a lot, and there's stuff happening in your ear and everywhere, and people, and it's a really, it's a multitasking.
The ear thing. I can't do that.
Well, I had done it before.
No.
And I was like, okay, that kind of multitasking doesn't bother me, actually.
Oh.
For some reason, I was able to kind of calm into it. But it was really
that's amazing.
sweet.
That's a talent, because I can't. The people have tried that on thing, and I'm like, you just stop talking in my head. Like, I can't do
But
both.
it's hard to do. I mean, you make it look so easy. I don't think people realize really what goes into what you've done and what you've had to do day in and day out. And it really, and you listen, which people don't often in that seat.
Yeah.
They just ask the next question, and then they're thinking of something else, and they're not really engaged. And
well, that can also be not good, because then I don't hit the bullet points we've talked about before, because I am so conversational. But I do think that it's fun to be more conversational about it. Do you like being interviewed, though, rather than interviewing?
I'm so used to being interviewed.
Yeah.
That, you know, my mom, when I was little, she used to say, you have to let them get the question out. Because I would just answer.
My mom says you have to let them get the answer out.
See, it would have been a perfect pair.
Yeah.
But you know, I got so sort of rote into the same questions being asked all the time and having the same answers. And so now, being in a different kind of era of my career, I find it more enjoyable, because I find I can come up with actually things I want to say.
Yeah. Well, and you know what it's like to be interviewed. That's the thing. If you have been interviewed so much, when you're in this seat, you're like, I don't really want to go there with it. Like, that's not somewhere I want to go. Like, let's go somewhere else. And I know they don't want to, so let's just go somewhere we're going to have a good time. And like, I think that's fun to navigate, because we have been interviewed our whole careers, and it's like, people are not kind. Like, and they ask you really inappropriate things.
And they feel like they're safe in being able to do that, because somehow they're in a position of power. And
somehow accepted.
I remember when I went to college, and then the first semester was over, and they were hounding me to do a press conference. So I was so excited to go into the press conference, because I knew bigger words, and I felt articulate, and I was going
like
to an Ivy League.
Yeah,
and I was like, well, it's funny you should ask that question. And I felt smart.
Yeah.
They hated it. They hate it. I mean, everybody loves a smart actress, I guess. Especially Hollywood.
Yeah. What do I do with this?
Exactly. And they couldn't control me anymore.
Yeah.
And they couldn't badger me and be superior or condescend to me.
And navigate you in a way they get their little whatever headline they want. Yeah.
And I had confidence for the first time, and it was very disconcerting to the media. So it was very interesting to me to experience that.
Yeah. I love feeling like that, though, empowered. I do remember, too, in the point in my career when I was like, no, I'm just going to let you know that's inappropriate to ask. Yeah.
Or I'll be in.
Like, I'm talking about like virginity questions. Like, when you're young, they'll ask you like, so when did you? They'll ask you the most inappropriate. That you're like, what?
I was asked to stand up.
How does that have to? What does that have to do with since you've been gone?
Right. Exactly.
He wasn't the one that got it. Like, I'm like, what does that have to do? No, the most inappropriate thing.
Oh no, I was asked my measurements by somebody once. They said, please stand up and tell me your measurements.
Did you tell them to measure these?
I sort of. I wish you had been there.
That is.
Oh wait, look, small.
Yeah.
Very small.
I was like, how long do you think my middle finger is? Yeah. No, but it is cool, though, because you are in a position of power, in essence, when you're interviewing someone, and you have a responsibility and you know, show some character. It's nice, and it's cool, it's fun to be able to do with people. But you did a great job.
Thank you. I enjoyed it, and I just wanted to hold down the fort until you got back.
You did. Thank you. I want to say congrats on the new series. So you're killing me. So tell people about it.
So You're
How do you
Killing Me
describe it?
is it's a murder mystery. It's a very light, so I'm like in Only Murders in the Building or Murder, She Wrote, that kind of light, Agatha Christie-esque entertainment, small town in Maine. Sweet small town in Maine. It's amazing how many people die. Once a week, there's a dead body. I play an author of mystery novels. I get paired with a younger person who's a podcaster.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of friction because she makes a lot of fun of me. And we end up kind of really solving murders each week.
Yeah. Are you into that kind of stuff in general? I love watching stuff
I like
that
this
kind of stuff.
I don't like true crime.
Me neither.
No, because then I know he's under my bed or she's under my bed.
I actually don't want to know these humans exist.
No, and
I'll never
they're always
sleep.
on the lam still, and you're like, oh, they're going to be in my house in 5 minutes.
Yeah, and they're like, and they never, you hear this horrible story, and then they never were caught.
Yeah, I can't handle that.
Yeah.
But I can handle this genre of mystery where, you know, it's like if someone's stabbed in the back, they just kind of fall out the door and there's no blood, you know?
Yeah.
But then you see what you almost don't even remember who gets killed. You remember the dynamic between these two women and this sort of dynamic between this detective who there's a flirtation with Tom Cavanaugh. He plays the detective.
Yeah.
And you tune in because there's physical comedy, which they let me do.
Yeah.
And they didn't cut it out.
We've talked about this before.
Yes.
Yeah, because you loved it, yeah.
But they didn't cut it out. Normally people say, oh, no, you look pretty, so we can't have you be clumsy. It's interesting to see someone who's accomplished also be a dork, you know?
Yeah.
And it's real
More
life
funny.
and it's appealing and every step of the way, they just didn't cut it out. And it was a revelation. And Amalia Williamson plays my counterpart. And, you know, I'll say things to her like, are you on the poly? And she's like, oh, dear God, it's Molly. And no, I'm not.
I was like, what? I just sweated.
Yeah,
I was sweating. I was like, what's poly?
I was like, no, there will be no vaporing under my roof. And she's like,
vaporing?
Oh, God, it's not vaporing. Oh, God. So I'm getting a chance to be made fun of the way my daughters make fun of me.
I was going to say,
daily.
my 12-year-old, yeah, she's coming in hot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How do you think you'd be as a detective?
My character's really good with motive and story because I'm a novelist. Her character is really good with forensics. So she can, and the facts, and you know, that was moved over there, and there was a sponge over here, and I'm like, no, he got his teeth whitened. He was gonna kill his wife and get a new girl.
Yeah.
Like
jump, okay.
Oh, I'm not, that's how good I am.
Okay, incredible. I was like, never would have gone there. Okay,
See?
okay.
Yeah, so it's that there's silliness, but it's not frivolous, and there's physical. And then when the relationship between, I help her, she can't find her mother. And so there's this whole other sort of B story that is really much more sensitive, and you feel like you've really earned the kind of tear-jerky part because you've had such levity.
Yeah, and you're good at finding the story, so that would probably help her find. Yeah, I like that. You turned 60 since I last saw you. How'd you celebrate? Yeah.
Celebrated by birthing baby lambs.
I heard about this. Was this like a bucket list thing?
Yes. And I bought it at an auction in England for this like school, a kid's school that I was at an event, and they had this, and I was like, I've always wanted to birth baby lambs.
You have?
Yeah, I worked at a zoo when I was younger.
I
for a
did
little
too,
bit,
in high
and
school, yeah.
It was so, a lot of these new moms don't know, they're first-time moms, you know, and something, and they go, what the fuck, oh God, and then they run away. Yeah. So you have to kind of help them out, and some are breech, and I'm not at all squeamish.
You had the gloves,
I had the gloves from like all the way up here, and it's not easy to do. It takes a lot of strength, and I didn't want to spend my 60s, I didn't want to party. I wanted to spend the year doing experiences that I always wanted to do. I co-designed a line of Venetian Murano glassware with a friend of mine in Venice. Like, the craziest things that I've just said, yes, I want to go look at these artisans and watch them, you know, how this craft that is dying.
I got to do that in Venice once in my 20s, and it's so incredible to watch. Not create with someone, but I got to watch somebody do it.
But these artisans are dying out, and their kids aren't necessarily following in their footsteps. And my Alvise Glassware, he's a really good friend of mine, and he said, do you want to collaborate? And we launched it in Milan at the there's a big festival there for interiors and design. And
Fun.
we launched it, and they were so beautiful. You know, it's just little things that I would have always said, no, I can't because I have to work, or no, I can't do this, or I can't spare 3 days, or whatever. And I thought, you know, I want to see the gorillas. And it may take me more than just a year to do all these things.
Yeah.
But it's like kind of about saying yes to things that I want, because it's my turn in time now.
Yeah. I love that.
They didn't show the video where I'm pulling it out because I think they were like, we can't show
What
it
a
on
fun
TV.
chapter of your life to be in. That's awesome.
It is, and you know, I've never executive produced a show to this extent. I've had a title before, but no one was ever interested in my opinion.
Yeah.
And now I'm sort of just going forward with much more conviction and making this just a really fun time too, and new experiences.
Yeah. We get so smart. Like as older, I feel like I'm getting that too, like in different chapters. Like my 40s, somebody just told me the last show we were taping, I just turned 40. I'm nervous about it. I was like, don't be. My 40s have been incredible. So like they're
I
just
loved my 40s.
Yeah, 40. I was like, I feel like if you're doing it right, each decade's getting better, man. Like,
but what's interesting is women don't. So I started my own company called Commence, and it's for women over 40, hair care for the over 40 scalp with changes as your biological changes. And you know, normally in marketing, you're the hot girl at the bar or you're in Depends. Like those are your options.
There's no in between.
There's no in between. And this group in between of this 40, 50-year-old, 60-year-old women are fabulous.
Yeah.
Nobody's marketing to them. They're not being told they're sexy. They're being told your ovaries don't work, you had a good run. But
in reality, it's like you've made some money, you're more independent, everything's actually rocking.
And
like,
you've got experience, and you've
Yes.
got opinions, and you're in your body differently. And so that to me is what this period of time for me is. It's about commencing. It's about the beginning of the beginning.
I love that. There's a whole other show just on that conversation. I love this conversation. It's always nice to see you. Thank you for hosting once again. You did awesome. Everybody, you got to catch Brooke's new series, You're Killing Me. It's out now on Acorn TV.